What's up, people?
It's good, people.
So we're on our way to the gas station. Gonna get some gas. After that, we're gonna hit the studio. Got a lot of stuff to show you today. Working on a mix for a song recorded to one of our beats. Then we're gonna show you two new beats. One of them is a collab with the homie MALEX. The other one is a collab with the homie Dreamlife Beats. Yeah, my brother gonna show you some of the mixing magic he's done to the song. Quite some stuff to check out. So stay tuned. Check it out. So we got something new that's gonna be called Up Next, and we're pretty much gonna demonstrate the beats that are gonna hit the store next here first. So not only are you gonna see and hear them here first, you're also gonna get like a behind the beat, you know, a little background info on the beat, how we produced it, why we produced it that way. So that's that. This joint right here is called Meditate, and it's a collaboration with our homie Dreamlife. For this particular one, he pretty much sent us a musical idea, like a composition, something like you would get from a sample library. And yeah, I liked it so much that I just had to jump on it. So let's get straight to it. So what I did is I used his original sample and I sped up everything for 5 BPM. So right now we are at 65 BPM. And he pretty much did all the musical elements except the 808, and I did the 808, all the drums, then I did the arrangement, the mix, and the master. So these are the musical elements. This is the composition that he sent. Then I added drums and the 808. So that's that. That's pretty much one of my favorite joints from all of our collabs, and we did a bunch of them. But this joint right here is like, you can leave that on playing for like an hour and it won't get annoying. You can just listen to that like 5 hours straight and it will still sound cool. You'll not get tired of it. That's what I like about this one. So right now I'm finishing up a collab with the homie MALEX, and pretty much what he did is he sent us a bunch. He sent us like a folder with ideas that were unfinished. And I grabbed this particular one because I like the weirdness of it. The beat is called Weirdo, by the way. You're gonna see it's called that for a reason. And yeah, I just grabbed the idea because I like the instruments. And then I did the drums. I did a new arrangement, kind of. And I mixed and mastered the entire thing. So let me show you what it sounds like.
Tell me what you think about right now. What's your motivation for the day?
Okay, guys, so let me show you the vocal chain for this one real quick.
Tell me what you think about right now. What's your motivation for the day? Is money gonna get you out of bed? Is love gonna carry you all the way?
So I got these really low and roomy sounding vocals, and there was some editing that I had to do for this to like get it into the mix. I already added some delay on the single tracks. Now I'm gonna show you the group editing real quick. So first of all, de-esser to grab some of the harshness and like drag it down a little bit.
Tell me what you think about right now. What's your motivation for the day? Is money gonna get you out of bed?
The first word already, like the tell me, the T is kind of harsh and it just pulls that down a little bit. Second plugin that I used is the FabFilter Pro Q. It's the go-to EQ, I always say that. Everybody needs this one, by the way.
Tell me what you think about right now. What's your motivation for the day? Is money gonna get you out of bed?
Just looked for some frequencies that I didn't like, and I used it in a really like corrective manner. Next thing I added was the virtual mix rack, and I added the revival tool. It's a free plugin, by the way. You can get that for free, and I really love this one. You can add some nice high frequencies to whatever you put this on with the shimmer knob.
Tell me what you think about right now. What's your motivation for the day? Is money gonna get you out of bed?
Sounds kind of more studio-ish already. RVox, really used a lot of this one right here because the vocals were sounding, I don't know, kind of far behind in the mix.
Tell me what you think about right now. What's your motivation for the day?
And this one really makes the vocals loud. So Transient Master, you can use this on anything, by the way. It's not just for drums. I love using this on like vocal tracks where you got a lot of room noise and a lot of, I don't know, things that you don't want. If you want the vocals to sound a little bit more, I don't know, punctuated, you can just turn the release down a little bit, the sustain, sorry, and yeah, work with that. Another compressor.
Tell me what you think about right now. What's your motivation for the day? Is money gonna get you out of bed? Is love gonna carry all the weight?
By the way, the Renaissance tools, I really like using these for vocals, like the R compressor, the RVox, and the RDSer. Really cool stuff. Okay, next thing I added was a really subtle limiter. Love using the limiter on vocal tracks because, I don't know, if you imagine the rapper standing in the booth and sometimes he's standing like this, sometimes like this. I don't know, in this situation where the vocals sound kind of roomy, you can also guess that there wasn't probably any professional recording going on at all. So you just use this to like flatten out the dynamic range a little bit.
Tell me what you think about right now. What's your motivation for the day? Is money gonna get you out of bed?
The last thing I added was like this Isotope Nectar preset, and just add some more delay and a little bit more compression and de-esser to it, and a really tiny bit of reverb. The wet mix is just at 4.5.
Tell me what you think about right now. What's your motivation for the day? Is money?
This gives the vocals a really nice analog character, by the way.
Tell me what you think about right now. What's your motivation for the day? Is money gonna get you out of bed? Is love gonna carry all the weight?
So to everyone out there who's using Isotope Nectar, it's the FX and the distort section that really gives the vocals a nice analog character. So something like this. Then we're gonna add a caption like, I don't know, we listening to songs that we get or something like that. Doing some SoundClick promo right now.
Do it. It's worth it. Don't save your money on the wrong end.
Speaking of that, yeah, we just showed you the meme that we're about to post in a few hours. We get this a lot from people, like saying that we rant on people who don't buy tracks, and I don't know, we did a few memes right now with like when people ask for free beats and us laughing, or like when you hear a dope song but on a tech beat and like the sad guy. Yeah, the reason why we like
One of the best memes.
the reason why we like rant about that so often is, yeah, it's not just us not getting paid if you rap over our tech beats. It's also like the first indicator to people if you're like a cheap person, or if you're like, I don't know, a person who does not want to spend and invest in his own business or not. Because seriously, I always compare it to those people who like want to be music producers and they, I don't know, roll with the test version of FL Studio, and then they really like it. And instead of just buying the software, they like ask their friends and homies how they can get that for free. And if they can't get it for free, they just don't become producers at all. Like, yeah, I don't want to pay $200 for the software, so just fuck it. I don't know, man. I think you just listening to my little rant right now, you kind of realize as well that that's like a cheap mindset. I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything more to that.
It is. It really is. I mean, nobody is successful or famous, or I don't know, whatever you're chasing, but nobody gets to that level just because they're talented. Everybody invests in their craft, invests in their business. There's no way around it to get to a certain level. If you're not able to, I don't know, spend 50 bucks for a couple of beat leases because you think that's too much and you're not gonna get it back, well then you have no business. Then you need to work on that maybe, you know, and work on the music, because it's always like you can't have a successful business if you don't have any business knowledge. Speaking of artists, if you don't know how to sell your music and how to monetize your music, then you have no business. You can be the best rapper in the world, nobody will give a damn.
Yeah, just being good at music
is not enough.
But it was never enough, trust me, man. I've read some biographies and I've read some stuff, and people always have been, either they have been savvy business people or they had people who were like business savvy and who were able to promote them, even like 200 years ago. I was just reading like biographies of my favorite like composer from back in the days, Franz Liszt, and he had like a strong gift for playing the piano, and he basically revolutionized the entire instrument and the entire like genre of piano playing. His father was basically a business person. He played his first worldwide or European-wide concert tour at only 11 years of age. If he would just sit on his ass all day and play the piano, and he wouldn't have anyone in his family who's capable of doing business, that wouldn't have happened, you know?
And he did that, or his father did that, without internet, without television.
Yeah.
Marketing 101, like very like super old school.
I'm already getting way too emotional about this right now, but if you're like at the point in your life where you want to do something, but you're like, I don't know, too stingy to invest in your craft, it's also like a personal issue, I'd say. Maybe you have to get some facts straight in your head, I don't know. The people who try out shit but they are unwilling to spend money on it, these are the people who won't build something that lasts for a longer period of time, that like builds up slowly but continually growing and continually going to pay you in the long run. These are the types of people who get like caught up in get rich quick schemes and all that type of bullshit.
We're not talking about like 13-year-old, so you don't have any cash and you are not old enough to go to a job and earn money.
Yeah,
even though you can earn money at 13.
A lot of people.
This beat thing, for example, if you're talented, if you know how to set everything up, you can be making beats and have your side hustle or whatever you want to call it with just being 13 years old. That's possible. I earned my first cash with only being 15 years old, DJing in clubs that I wasn't even allowed to be in with 15 years old.
Yes.
So that's how I got my first check, and I just stayed with doing music. So it is possible, you know, and if a 15-year-old can do it, and you're, I don't know, 20, 25, 30, and you're still, I don't know, rapping on tech beats, trying to get on, it's not gonna happen, man.
That's actually the reason why we removed the tech downloads from our site.
Because if I hear a song on our beat, I want the song to be the best it can be, and I want the artist to be taken seriously, and it's not gonna happen if it has a tag version. Even our basic lease, which is like the cheapest lease that we got, comes with a WAV file, because I want you to be able to create the best song, and that's not only from, you know, speaking from the rapping and the beat, also speaking of the quality. People will always compare your music to other music they know, and if your quality sucks, nobody will listen to it. Even if the concept of the song and the rapping and the flow and whatever, you know, people pay attention to, even if all of that is on point, if the quality is trash and it doesn't live up to the quality of the other, of the, like, people's favorite songs, then you don't have nothing.
Preach.